All right, Leslie Ambrose, I have a question for you about Don't Be Your Own Mean Girl. So I know Don't Mean Girls was the name of a movie about 15 years ago, and there was a lot of kind of clique energy and the in crowd. And is that what the expression "Don't Be Your Own Mean Girl" is related to, or not so much?
Well, I'm not actually referring to the catty youth, not that middle school or high school meanness, but there is some reference to that feeling, but it's really our own inner critic. So it's the mean girl ism. It's the way we get in our own way. We hear that voice of judgment and it stops us. It stops us from shining brightly. It stops us from moving forward. It stops us from accepting our gifts and taking the next step. It stops us from accepting compliments, accepting an outstretched hand. So I'm not actually referring to a gender or an age, but the feeling that comes with it. So, don't be your own mean girl. When you have perhaps unconsciously accepted external criticism or external voices telling you about social norms or unrealistic expectations, and once you've unconsciously accepted that and you begin to live um, with those expectations, that external voice often then becomes the internal voice. So, for many years, I could anticipate what the criticism would be, and I would change my behavior based on the voice I'm hearing from a learned criticism, from a learned expectations. So, whether it's from, family or the kids on the school ground or, peers, work colleagues, that anticipation of criticism became my own inner mean girl. And I didn't realize it. So I hadn't realized this was happening. It was very unconscious. Um, but it also affected my happiness and my joy and my creativity. So the goal is don't be your own mean girl, to live in that freedom of creativity and authenticity and be exactly who we're meant to be. Because the catchphrase does make you think of that catty youth, right? The cattiness and the reflections on the inner critic as an adult. We have that internal voice. Janice.
That was fantastic, Leslie.
Oh,
Awesome.
thanks.
Yes. And in fact, not only just about the inner critic, it's about um, our inner child. And as women, our inner child is a little girl. Our little girl still talks to us. The little child within us sometimes still speaks, and we have to listen to her.
Mm-hmm.
And generally, people with these mean girl messages to ourselves get stuck in the child zone behavior thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that you went to the inner critic immediately, because I think everybody in every frame of life can see some inner critic in some area of their life. So that was cool.
Thank you.
Made a lot of good sense.
Oh, good. And you referenced the child, the inner child, but I mean, I want to go back to the very beginning when you're just this beautiful little soul that's so excited. You have this childlike wonder, and everything is beautiful, everything is big and bright. And slowly we cover that, push it down, right? Our humanity veils that. I suggest we can still live in that. We can live in the joy of life. I think that's the goal.